My name is David. I grew up with social anxiety and lost 2 decades of my life because I let social anxiety control my life. But after working on myself and exposing myself to people, I got a bunch of lessons. I wish that I had these videos in our channel so that I was able to overcome my social anxiety years ago. And if you want to be less anxious around people and just be good at talking to people, this is the right channel for you. And I've just arrived in the US. All the way from Guatemala. I have to go to school, but I'm nervous because it's my first time going to school in the US. I don't even know what to expect. At 7 a.m. on a Monday, I just got off the bus and I'm walking towards my school. I see my stepfather's niece standing by the entrance. She's going to show me around, bring me to my class, and help me with everything. I feel relieved for a moment because she's the only person that I know here. I'm about to go and speak to her, but social anxiety kicks in. All I'm thinking is, what if she thinks he's weird for talking to me? Why is he talking to me? Who does he think he is? What if she doesn't want me to talk to her? I don't even know him and he's talking to me. That's weird. So I start walking past her, pretending that I haven't seen her, hoping that she'll be the one that speaks to me first to not make things awkward. As I walk by, she notices me. Hey David, you're here? Your stepdad told me that this is gonna be your first day. Let me help you to find your class and show you around. She's been really nice. We start walking towards the office to get my schedule and talk to my counselor. I want you to notice this. I start walking past her, pretending I haven't seen her, hoping she'll be the one to speak to me first to not make things awkward. That was the battle that I have every time that I could talk to someone. When I wanted to get a compliment, ask a question, introduce myself, or just make friends, I would always let the other person introduce themselves to me rather than be the one approaching them or talking to them, because I would believe and I would fear that if I am the one introducing myself, if I'm the one approaching them, will think that is weird or that is awkward or that is random, and that's why I wouldn't talk to people. But I remember that I read a book that talks about social anxiety, and in this book it says that we have to challenge the mental movies or anxiety produces about people. I say hi to a guy and he makes fun of me because he's gonna think that I'm a loser or something like that. It's either I approach a girl and she laughs in my face and she rejects me in the most wild way, right? The solution to social anxiety. And it basically talks about if we just challenge, right? If we just go and test what we have in our head and what we have in our mind in regards of social anxiety, we will find the reality and we will see and notice that our thoughts are actually lying to us. For example, these are the thoughts that I always had. If I talk to people, if I introduce myself, if I just ask someone, how are you? Or if I just make a comment about clothes or something, they will find that weird, awkward, or like, oh, a random guy is talking to me. So I had to become by the social Isaac Newton. So instead of testing theories and beliefs about science and all of that, I had to test theories and beliefs about strangers, about people. And let me tell you this, it's been the best thing that I've done in my entire life, man. I had such great, beautiful moments. I met amazing people. I've given compliments. I made people's days. I have no words to express this, because as someone that grew up with social anxiety, even yesterday I went to this place. You probably know this guy, Aki, right? This guy basically created a TikTok and Instagram page, and he's like super famous, and he basically owns a deli, and he makes like super like delicious sandwiches, right? So when someone orders a sandwich, this guy goes with the line of sure, right? It's kind of like a meme. So he became like super famous, and I went to the city yesterday to basically go and see this guy. So I was in line and there was a couple behind me, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna talk to them. I know this place. They probably know this place. They're here because of the same reason, right? Oh, they will find and they will think that you're weird because you're talking to them. That's really awkward. Instead of listening to those thoughts, instead of listening to my anxious thoughts, I became the guy that speaks to strangers. I talked to the couple behind me. I was like, hey, it's my first time here. I'm excited. And they said, yeah, it's your first time here as well. Oh, wow, really? I said to them. The Oki way, huh? And they smiled and they said, yeah, the Oki way. Oh, what are you guys getting? I said. It was a simple, short conversation, but it makes me super proud because I am able to have conversations with anyone. At the gym, at work, anywhere. And this is what I've learned. And it makes talking to people super easy. The reason that I wouldn't speak to other people or talk to strangers or give a compliment or ask a question is because of the belief that people are gonna think that that is weird or awkward. Like I said, I tested this thing and I practiced this, and every day I'm just talking to new people, right? Knowing that people actually want to be spoken. I'm at the gym with a friend of mine. We literally just finished our last set, so we're heading out to the sauna. I'm excited to go to the sauna not because I'm gonna see my friend shirtless or because of the steam. I'm excited to go in because there's always people in the sauna, and I love to meet new people. We changed and got ready. Me and my friend are walking towards it. I opened the door and I noticed that there's a guy in the sauna. We got in and I'm sitting next to this guy, and I went, "Hey, what's up, man? What's your name?" Me and my friends started talking to this guy. We were talking about college, about work, life in general. But he said something that stuck in my head till this day. He said, "That's why I love to come to the sauna. I work from home, so it's really hard for me to meet new people and talk to new people." This is crazy for me, right? People actually want to be spoken. People actually want you to speak to them. Notice that he said, "That's why I love to come to the sauna," right? Because I can get to meet new people. And it's so funny and stupid to see that for my entire life, I've always been afraid to be the one that says hello to people. I've always been afraid to be the one of introducing myself to people that I don't know. I was fucking wrong, because people actually wanted me to talk to them for my entire life. People actually wanted me to ask the question, to make the joke. And I heard from a study that they made about socializing and the power of the mind and mental health and all of that, right? 75% of women, of girls, they wish that they were cold approach. Imagine that shit. 75% of women wish they were cold approach. And the same study says that people feel super important, and you basically make someone's day just by being the first one to talk to them. And that's what I always try to do. I think about how the person feels and not about me. For example, if I go to the grocery store, I know that the person that is working there, he's tired of working there. He's not having a good time because that person is working. So by me just asking, "Hey man, how's your day going so far? Oh man, you're about to get out of work? Or for how long have you been here?" Just ask them like, "Hey, what do you do outside of work?" Dude, I always notice that their smile and then their energy just changing, right? They just need to smile, to be happy afterwards, because I am making someone's day just by fucking speaking to them, just by fucking asking how the question is going. As simple as that. It's like the girls that I've cold approach too, right? Instead of thinking just like I used to, right? I would see beautiful girls at the mall, grocery store, or walking by, and I wouldn't talk to them because I would be like, "Oh my god, they're gonna think that I'm creepy. They're gonna reject me. They're gonna think that I'm ugly." I think to myself, maybe she's having a bad time or a bad day. Let me make her day just by saying that she looks good. And it actually happens. They smile back at me and they appreciate the effort that I put to give a compliment. And literally, this happened to me yesterday, right? Because I went to the city. I cold approached a girl that was with her mom. I cold approached a girl in front of her mom. So my anxious brain, like before, they would say, "Oh, the mom is gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's gonna be upset. Why are you talking to my daughter?" Right? But what was actually the truth, right? Once again, I had to become the Isaac Newton, right? I had to test what was going on here. I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, respectfully, I think that your daughter is cute." And we started talking. They are from Spain, so, "Oh, where are you guys from?" This and that. We're just visiting. And at the end, I was like, "Do you mind if I get your daughter's Instagram?" And she said, "Yeah, I mean, if she wants to, yeah, by all means." Right? So like, I made her daughter's day and I made her mom's day because like, oh wow, this guy had the balls and he came like with so much respect to approach and be like and give a compliment. And she was like smiling, the daughter was smiling. I couldn't get her Instagram because she had to leave because her stuff was like literally there. Now it was on the train. So instead of being like, "Oh my god, oh, she's gonna think that I'm weird, she's gonna reject me," instead of thinking like that, I made their day. And that's such a beautiful thing. And at the gym, same thing happens. Instead of listening to my anxious brain like I used to in the past, or like, wow, bro, you're making progress. They smile back at me. And it makes their day because people actually want to be spoken. And since I never had the opportunity to do that in the past and never had the balls to approach someone because of what was in my head, I want to be that guy. And I've been that guy lately. That guy that introduces himself to people. That guy that makes people's day just by giving a compliment. And it's such a beautiful thing. Fair enough. To be honest with you, I had rejections from girls. I've had guys that look at me weird afterwards. But you know what's crazy? After working on myself and after understanding that social anxiety is just a scam, it's just a lie, this is something that really blows my mind. In those scenarios when someone, let's say when a guy is like, oh, like close and he doesn't want to talk to me, instead of listening to these thoughts like I used to, oh, he is like that because you're weird, oh, because he can tell that you're a loser, oh, because the way that you asked the question was inadequate, the tone, that's fucking false. What I think now and what the reality is the problem was not me. The reality is, if you don't talk to me back, if you don't want to talk to me, the problem is you, my friend. And there's something really wrong with you because we are social creatures. We're human beings. And if you don't want to talk to me because I'm approaching you, and if you cannot talk to me or you don't want to talk to me, the problem here is not me. It's not me being weird by talking to you. It's that you're being weird by being closed off and don't want to talk to me. That's what I think now, right? I don't know if it's fucking confidence or arrogance. I don't know what the fuck it is. I am in the gym locker room. I'm just changing. And I basically just finished my workout. And there's a guy in front of me. And I go and ask him, hey bro, did you just finish your workout or you're about to start? I just finished my workout. And then we started talking and everything. And then his brother joined the conversation. And I'm having like a 2-minute conversation with him. But I had to leave because my friend, the friend that I go to the gym with, was in the car waiting for me. So unfortunately, I had to leave. I was like, hey bro, I gotta go. Hey bro, I gotta go. My name is David. What's your name? He tells me his name and everything. And I'm walking away. But I just thought to myself, wow, man. It's so simple and easy to make friends. If I had just more time, like 5 minutes, I would probably have made a great friend right here, right now. This is another thing that helps me to be excited and inspired to talk to people, because you are one conversation away from, and it blows my mind to see how fast and how easy it is to make friends or meet your new girlfriend just by talking to strangers. Literally, just that simple. So every time that I go outside and I think about this, I get excited because I think to myself, I am one conversation away from meeting my next friend. I am one conversation away from meeting my next girlfriend. Because the more that I talk to strangers, the more that I talk to people, the closer I get to find amazing relationship or friendship, right? And like all that it takes for me to connect and meet my next best friend, like my bestie, or my next beautiful girlfriend, all that it takes is just for me to open my mouth and just ask someone how the day is going, and just be like-minded and find someone with the same values, with the same beliefs, with the same habits, with the same everything. Because when that happens, it's so easy for you to click and for you to be like, shit, I love this guy. And then the other person, so that means that I just gotta talk to more and more people to find that person. And this story is one of the stories that made me like truly believe that you are one conversation away from meeting your next girlfriend or your next friend. I get a friend that is like really good at talking to strangers, and we like to go out, just talk to strangers or approaching girls. And especially when we go out to like close with his group of friends, they basically know us as the guy that gets the girl, right? We go and dance with them, we take them out and everything, right? We get crazy and we are known as the guys that gets the girls. Anyway, this guy just have casual conversation with the strangers. And one time I remember that I'm about to get out of work and I am supposed to go out with this guy. I got a text from him saying that he's not gonna go out with me anymore because he's gonna go out on a date. And I was like, you know, you do you, bro. That's fine. I totally get that. The next day we went out and we saw each other. And he told me that he went out and had a date with a beautiful girl. He showed me a picture of her, and I could not believe that. And I couldn't believe that he actually went on a date with this girl because she's so beautiful. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, and she's like really hot. And I was like, dude, how the fuck you met this girl? He said, well, I just went to this store called DWS, which is basically like a shoe store. And he said that he just had a casual conversation with her, and then he got her phone number and everything. And notice how he didn't go to a club. He didn't need to get seen there or anything. He just had a casual conversation with the cashier. He got her phone number and everything. And this girl turned into his girlfriend. So this is the action step. I want you to test and become Isaac Newton, right? Test your anxious thoughts and the anxious movies that you have in your brain, and see if they're really true. Oh, she's gonna make fun of you in front of her friends, and she's gonna think that you're a weirdo. Let's test that out. Just like I said, bro, yesterday, it was my first time approaching a girl with her mom, right? I approached her, and I noticed that I thought that she was gonna be like, oh, why are you talking to my daughter, or upset because that's like disrespectful, right? But the reality was completely different. I approached her, and her mom accepted it. Her mom was happy about it, right? So I want you to test every anxious movie that you have in your brain. Oh, this guy, if I say you look big to this guy, he's gonna think that I'm weird. If I ask the cashier how her day is going, she's gonna think that I'm weird, right? Whatever the case is, test them out and see what the reality is. I know that, oh, what do we mean? Like, oh, I gotta talk to people, but they're gonna think that I'm weird. Let's test that out. Let's see. Let's find it for yourself. Stop believing your anxious brain and your anxious thoughts. Just see what the reality is. Just test these thoughts, test these beliefs, test these movies to see, oh wow, I actually had a completely different outcome than what I was thinking. And the best thing is that if you wanna do this, you can just ask a stupid, simple question. Just like I said, my friend is super good at it, and I'm like, I've been like kind of like not testing him, but analyzing him, and I've been like, what makes this guy be super good at talking to people? And he just asks stupid, simple question. If he sees if we go to like a Starbucks and he sees someone making coffee, he just asks them, oh, what are you making? Or how's your day so far? Right? Just stupid, simple questions. It's just crazy. It actually just works, right? Like I said, this guy has been done it. I've been done it too. Like I said, I gave you that. I always ask people in the locker room of the gym, hey, are you gonna work out right now, or you just done working out? And then we had a quick conversation. The simpler and this more, if your questions are super stupid, it's super easy for you to be like, oh, like it's easy. And not only that, but the more that you do this, the more that you will reinforce yourself to be like, oh wow, people are not that mean, people are not that dangerous, people are not that assholes.